Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a Will I Buy It video, and I mentioned this very quickly in my Charlotte Tilbury video, the last one that went up with the 4 quads and the 4 eyeliners, that it definitely feels weird to just be sitting down and just talking about makeup like nothing is wrong. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now. I think that's the understatement of the year. But many of you, much like myself, enjoy and need the distraction. So me and my big puffy sleeves are here to distract you. This was another H&M find. How cute is this? It's just a t-shirt and then there's these like gigantic puffy like short sleeves. I just think it's so cute. It's so comfortable because it's just a t-shirt, but it's got these gigantic sleeves. So anyway, let me and my puffy sleeves distract you. Let's go ahead and jump into this Will I Buy It. All right, so I am going to link down below all of the Instagram feeds that I use, but I'll also try and mention them as I talk about them as well. So I'm on one of my favorite Instagram feeds now. It's Mary Tushik. I believe this feed is based in Russia. So again, there's a lot of translation that needs to happen, and a lot of the dates are a little bit different than when we get things here in the US. So anyway, I will do my best. But the first thing that I wanted to point out, more news on these Tom Ford face palettes. I think the drop is imminent. There are more and more pictures coming, and there's even like a little teaser pic on Nordstrom. So it may even be available when this video goes up. I'm filming this like 2 days out, so we'll see. But Nordstrom, as I'm filming this, is having a 25% off sale. I feel like once that sale is over, a lot of new releases are gonna drop, including this Tom Ford face palette, because if you go to the Nordstrom app and you go to like the beauty section, the little like thumbnail pic for their beauty section is one of these face palettes, but it's not actually listed as one of the products. And in fact, Kinky Sweat and I were texting back and forth. She was like, I know this is not the right time for such a frivolous question, but what is going on? Why is this pictured and why is it not listed? And I was like, I know. I don't know what's going on. So that's my suspicion, that we're gonna see these face palettes kind of pop up once the sale is over. And again, these are all looking so beautiful to me, and it's gonna be really difficult to pick which ones I wanna get. I think most definitely I'm gonna get the more neutral kind of tones. The purpley one that I see and the one with the like bright blue, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be picking those up, but they do look really beautiful to me. In fact, the blue one actually looks very, very beautiful to me. Even though I'm not a blue eyeshadow person, I do feel like it's kind of growing on me. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they drop soon because I'm tired of seeing these teaser pics and I want these face palettes already. So those are the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate face palettes. I think that's what they've always been called. And it looks like Armani is coming out with a new lip product called the Ecstasy Mirror. These look like high shine, really pigmented lip glosses. How does she create a strong mirror coating on the lips with the first layer? So super high gloss. These I am definitely gonna have to check out in person. I really love Armani Beauty products, but some of their lip products just have a very kind of like synthetic chemical smell to them. And for lip products, it's like the last thing I want. So we will definitely have to see, but if they smell like nothing, hopefully, or just have like a light fragrance or something to them, then maybe I'll pick up a couple of the nudes or something, because I do like a nice kind of glossy lip. And I'm not sure if this picture is complete, but it looks like there's going to be 10 new colors and a really nice range. I see a lot of nudes in there, which is really great. And then in my last Will I Buy It video, I talked about how Guerlain is coming out with this compact and has like 3 kind of like highlighter powders in there. Actually, powders or creams, I'm not sure. They actually look very, very creamy in the palette, like in the pan, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it looks like they're also coming out with like a brightening pen, which I would definitely like to pick up and play with. I don't know if it's like a highlighting pen or if it's like one of those under eye brightening pens, but I'm very interested in that. And then I also see that they have meteorites, but I don't know if that's just an existing meteorites shade or if they've come out with a new one for spring. They usually come out with a new one for holiday and a new one for like spring, summer. Not a new one, like a limited edition one for holiday and one for spring, summer. So I don't know if this is their limited edition one. By the looks of the tin, I don't think it is because the tin actually looks like one of their regular ones. So my guess is that this is just like an existing one that they're re-promoting with this little teeny tiny collection. But I definitely want that palette and I definitely want that pen. And again, no news on the date, but I'm thinking it's got to be soon if it's for spring, summer. So some beautiful stuff from Guerlain. And I think that was all I wanted to talk about from Mary Tushuk's page. Oh, one thing I did want to mention, I was on the Nordstrom site and the Givenchy bronzers slash maybe highlighters that I mentioned in my last Will I Buy It, I saw the bronzer available on the Nordstrom site. So I will link that down below if you guys are interested. If the sale is going on, I noticed that the Givenchy products are not included, unfortunately. So these are not marked down, but it is available there. So I will link it down below in the description box. Oh, and I just wanted to mention quickly, this isn't completely new, but Chanel came out with a few new things for like the eye area, a new like stretch mascara, some new liquid eyeliners, and then some brow compacts that come with like a wax and then a powder. I passed on the mascara, but I did actually order the liquid eyeliners. I ordered 2 colors. I think I ordered the silver and the bronze, and then I ordered the darkest brow compact. So when those come in, I'll probably do like a little Chanel video on those. But there wasn't really a lot of hoopla around this like eye collection. So that kind of went under the radar, but I did want to let you know that I picked up those few things and will be coming shortly. So again, those are the things that I see off of Mary Tushuk's Instagram page. I'll leave her handle, her Instagram handle down below in my description box if you want to go ahead and follow her. So now I'm switching over to Chic Profile Official on Instagram. She's another Instagrammer that I follow, and she talks about a lot of luxury releases or whatever. Again, I will leave her tag down below in my description box. Go ahead and follow her if you are interested, but it's Chic Profile Official. And I see that 12 new shades of the Chanel Rouge Coco Flash will be launching next month. So I'm guessing in April. I am very excited. I love the Rouge Coco Flash formula. It's really comfortable, and I just feel like it is perfect for spring, summer. It just has like light pigmentation, feels great on the lips, gives your lips like this juicy appearance, and it's just perfect for the spring, summer. So I'm really, really excited to see how many more shades they can come out with, because there are a lot of shades right now of the Rouge Coco Flash. But I'm looking at her preview pics, and looks like there's some beautiful neutrals and also some really wonderful like bright reds and corals. So I'm really, really excited for that. Definitely going to pick up at least 1 or 2 of these new colors. And then Tom Ford looks like they're coming out with a new lipstick formula along with some new lipstick colors. Don't know how many colors they're going to be. I see on Chic Profile Official that there are 3 colors that at least that she is focusing on, but these look like they have like a powder matte formula. And I can't say that this looks terribly innovative anymore. I feel like the Pat McGrath matte lipsticks have that kind of like powder matte appearance. The Hermes matte lipsticks also have that kind of like powder matte appearance. So I am curious to see if this formula is any different, if it behaves any differently, what it looks like on the lips, what it feels like, all of those things. But they definitely look cool in the bullet. I love the powder matte bullets. They look very matte in the bullet. They just look really neat. It looks like the packaging is going to be of the traditional packaging with like that deep mahogany brown and the gold accents. So again, I think that's for summer, and maybe coming next month, the month after, we'll have to see. I'm surprised that a lot of these Tom Ford summer releases don't have the white packaging, the Soleil packaging, but maybe they're gonna come out with a whole separate like Soleil line, which I'm hoping for, because I really like the Soleil releases, the winter and the summer. They're always like some of my favorites. So that is the Tom Ford powder matte lipsticks. I don't know what they're actually going to be called. I'm just referring to them as the powder matte lipsticks. And then 2 more follow-up things I just want to mention. So the Carolina Herrera collection has apparently launched in the UK on March 15th. So that was this past Monday, I believe. Monday or Sunday. As far as I could tell, it's an exclusive to Harrods and it's in store. With everything that's going on, I wonder if they're going to be bringing the products online, if they're going to be shipping to the US or outside of the UK. I am not really sure, but I haven't seen them online. I have definitely been checking, which leads me to Jimmy Choo. So Jimmy Choo did actually pop up on the Harrods site. I was really excited, and then I realized they weren't going to ship them to the US. So I don't know where they can ship these to. I'm guessing just within the UK. So I was a little disappointed, but for you guys in the UK, that is great, great news, because I think, you know, with everything going on, like I just said, all the stores are closed, but you can still shop online. And I wish there was a way that we could see the colors a little bit better, but they just have pictures of the lipstick like in the bullet. And the pictures seem clear, but you just never know, especially with lipstick. You just never ever know. So the Jimmy Choo seems like it's on the Harrods.com site, and I'll link that down below. And then the Carolina Herrera, I'm just kind of waiting for, but I can imagine this is quite disruptive for a lot of releases that we're planning, you know, in-store exclusives and things like that. I'm sure they had parties and everything planned, and I'm sure they're going to have to all pivot and figure out what to do and hopefully bring these things online. So I did just want to mention those two things before I forgot. It looks like we have a better picture of the NARS bronzers. I talked about this probably in a couple Will I Buy It's before, but we had some like very kind of like shady shots of NARS bronzers and NARS releases that were coming for this summer. So now we have looks like two matte bronzers. And I want to say, I feel like the trend for bronzers this year is matte, and I feel like the blushes are kind of taking over. All the blushes are really bright and shimmery, and I think a matte bronzer is probably going to play well with a shimmery blush a lot more than a shimmery bronzer. You know what I mean? Like it would just be like too much on the cheeks, and I wonder if that's what these companies are thinking. So I am seeing a lot more bronzers coming out this season that are matte, and a lot more blushes that have a lot of shimmer, a lot of pigment, a lot of things going on. So it looks like the NARS bronzers are matte. Looks like there's at least two new colors. Again, not sure if this picture is correct. And I'm on the O_Angel1 Instagram feed. And again, I'll put their handles, all their handles down below in my description box. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of a matte bronzer. I have to say in this picture though, these bronzers don't look like super flat matte. They look like maybe a demi matte or like a demi satin, which I would be down for sure. I just don't really like a very, very dry kind of like powder product on my cheeks. I like something with like a little juice to them, you know? So we'll see how matte these are. I don't know if this picture is like altered or anything. So if they're not a super flat matte, then I definitely want to check these out. I'm actually not the biggest fan of the Laguna bronzer. It just looks kind of dirty on my cheekbones. So I'm happy to see that NARS is like kind of coming out with more bronzers. So anyway, just wanted to kind of follow up on that as well, because I know I mentioned that in a previous Will I Buy It video. All right, so now I'm jumping over to Trend Mood 1, her Instagram feed, and I am so torn about this release. I love Melt Cosmetics shadows, and they've come out with a new Rust palette. It's already out on the Melt Cosmetics site. It hasn't appeared on Sephora yet. It usually takes a couple weeks until Sephora gets it. I really want this palette. I really want this palette, but I have the Rust stack. I have all of their other palettes, but I just love this palette. I love the looks of this palette. I think I'm gonna wait until it's at Sephora and then order it. I don't think I'll be able to resist, because this just looks like such a great kind of everyday wearable shades palette, and I love Melt Cosmetics shadows. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be picking up this palette. It has just enough like grunge to it, and yeah, I just really love it. So I'm probably going to be picking that up. And then Artist Couture is coming out with some interesting stuff. Now I have the Artist Couture, the like loose shadows, which I love. I absolutely love them. And I have some of their highlighters, but I think they have one eyeshadow palette. It has some like bright colors. So I think this is their second eyeshadow palette. And this, much like the Melt Cosmetics Rust palette that I just talked about, it's almost like a subdued version, like a desaturated version of the Melt palette, but these just look great. You know, these just look like great, wonderful wearable shades that I would get so much use out of, that I could bring when I travel, when we can travel again, because it just kind of has like a little bit of everything in there. I love the mixture of like the mattes and the shimmers, and it just looks really beautiful. So I am very tempted by this. Let me see, when is this coming out? Oh, it looks like it's going to be coming out March 20th. online at Artist Couture. So I know Sephora carries them. I don't know if they're going to be at Sephora eventually. I'll probably wait until it pops up at Sephora, but this palette just looks really beautiful. With this collection, this like Supreme Nudes collection, on top of this palette looks like they're also coming out with 6 lipsticks. Beautiful nudes. They look like they lean a little warm, which is beautiful. If you're into like the terracotta nudes or the like peachier nudes, I think these will really, really speak to you. And then of course the Diamond Glow powders, those loose highlighters, which I think Artist Couture is known for. I think that was like the first product that they came out with many moons ago. I don't know that any of these shades are new because they actually sound familiar to me. Cocoa Bling, Illuminati. Yeah, I think these maybe are just kind of like re-promotes as part of this little small Supreme Nudes collection. But I am definitely very, very tempted by this palette. And I'm just kind of curious about the Artist Couture like pressed shadow formula because like I mentioned, I have their loose eyeshadows and I really enjoy those. So very tempted by that for sure. Oh, and Patrick Ta is coming out with a new brow product. This looks like a soap brow situation. Let me see. The Major Brow is a tinted shaping wax for the brows in translucent and tinted. So it looks like it comes in a really pretty compact. I actually really like the compact. It actually looks like a Tom Ford eyeshadow compact. And I don't know if it's gonna come with that little spoolie brush thing or if that's gonna be sold separately. My guess is it's gonna be sold separately. But interesting, I'm definitely tempted by this. I just feel like, I don't know how big it is. It looks like it's gonna be maybe like this size. I don't know if I need that much brow wax, but I guess you need that much room, I guess, to kind of run the spoolie through. Anyway, very, very intriguing. I'm definitely very, very tempted. It's also going to come down to like the color of that tint, because if it's too warm, it's definitely not going to work for my eyebrows. Oh, but there is a translucent. So maybe I would go with that one. Anyway, very intrigued, very tempted by that. And that looks like it's going to come out. Is there a date? It just says coming soon, online, Patrick Ta and Sephora. Okay, and one last thing. I'm just dying to hear what you guys think of this. So Dyson came out with a hair straightener, the Corelle hair straightener, and it is $500. And you know, Dyson's been coming out with all these hair products. First the hair dryer and then the air wrap, and everyone balks at the price at first. I feel like everyone's like, are they nuts? But then everyone seems to get it or get it for their birthday, you know, get it as a gift or something. Anyway, everyone seems to get their hands on it, and then their tune changes. Like everyone who has the Dyson air dryer, the hair dryer, seems to love it. Everyone who has the Dyson air wrap, once they kind of got the hang of it, they absolutely love it. And now with this straightener, you know, everyone seems to be balking at the price because $500 for a hair straightener is very, very expensive. But I wonder if the same thing is going to happen, that like once all the hype kind of dies down and people, you know, maybe kind of like get it, maybe they get it on sale, maybe they get it as a gift, and they're going to end up loving it, and everyone is going to end up with a Dyson hair straightener. I don't obviously need to straighten my hair is straight, but I do like the idea of using a flat iron to kind of like curl my hair. I have not been able to get any flat iron to work on my hair. My hair bends, it like kinks really, really easily, and no matter what I have done with a straightener, I always get the bend, always, no matter how quickly I start moving it or whatever, I always get the bend in my hair. And I can't stand it. So that's why I did that beachy hair waves tutorial or whatever, and I just use like a curling iron. But I wonder if this tool is going to be any different because the plates kind of flex. So I wonder if it's just going to have like a softer effect. I really don't know. I've watched a couple of sponsored videos from YouTubers. It really seems like it has a lot of amazing like features. My favorite being that it's cordless. All the hair tools with all the cords, it just makes me absolutely bonkers. But it does look like it sits in this stand to recharge, and I don't have room for a stand like that on my bathroom counter. There's just no way I could set it out. So like I'd have to like find a recharging place for it. So I don't know if it's for me, but I would love to hear your thoughts on this Dyson hair straightener. I also don't know if I'm even like that into my hair, like if I need a tool like that. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, if I hear really good things about it, if I hear that it's like completely life-changing, I may give it a shot. I may give it a shot. But again, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And if any of you went out and purchased it, I would love to hear your experience. If you tried it yet, how you love it. So anyway, let me know your thoughts if you have purchased it. If you haven't, you're thinking about it, not thinking about it, you think it's crazy, let me know down below in the comment section. All right, that is it for this Will I Buy It video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And again, I hope you're all staying safe, staying healthy, be well, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.